You are watching Sammy, the Interviewing Toucan, made possible by the Indiana Young Reader Center. Hey, everybody, I'm Sammy, and I'm here today with Melissa Stevenson. Hi, Melissa, how are you today?
I'm good, Sammy. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you. This is your book, Driven, and it has recently won a wonderful award. Can you tell us what award it won?
It won the award for emerging author. So I'm a newer author. It's my first book, and it was pretty great to be recognized.
By the Indiana Authors Award, right?
Yes,
Oh, so exciting. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your connection to Indiana?
sure. I was born and raised in Columbus, Indiana. My entire extended family still lives in Indiana, all around the Indianapolis and Columbus area. My dad still lives in the house that I grew up in. And so my kids and I, at least once a year, we go back to visit and spend some time in Indiana. And I write about it too.
Do you happen to know there's a movie out, and I think it's called Columbus? Do you know that movie?
I know that movie. In fact, I was home visiting one summer when they were filming it, and one of my childhood friends was working on filming that movie. And I thought, that can't be right. They can't be making a movie about my hometown. And then a couple years later, the movie came out, and I got to watch it, and it's really beautiful.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. That's so great that you and I have seen it. Oh, go, everybody, go see it. It's so great. Melissa, can you tell us a little bit about your work? You can tell us about this book or anything else you're working on.
I do all kinds of creative writing. When I was very young, I started out as a poet, and from the time I was 7, I thought I would be a very serious poet. So I studied poetry for a long time. I still write poetry, and then I started to write stories, so fiction. They were made up stories, and then finally I started to write true stories. And so my book, Driven, is an example of a true story I wrote, and much of it takes place in Indiana. So I still write poems, short stories, and true stories, but I think I write true stories the most these days.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your creative journey and maybe where you hope to be someday?
From the time I was very young, I knew I wanted to be a writer. I consider myself very lucky to always have kind of known that there was this one thing that I want to do. And at this point, it took me so much work to get one book into the world, which I'm really happy about. And I would just like to keep making books. And so I'm working on a novel, which is fiction right now. I've got a collection of poems I'm working on. And then I've got another nonfiction, true story about my life book. And so I work on a lot of things at once. And I just want to get to be a person my whole life who gets to keep making books.
A lot of my writers and my authors have that same kind of goal. They just want to keep being able to do it. So I really
Yeah.
hope that you can. That's so great. And you mentioned that you come back to Indiana once a year. About, did you say you live out of state then now?
Yeah, I live in Montana, and
Oh
I've
my
been here
goodness.
for a long time. It's kind of my second home. So it's lovely to live in Montana and then get to visit Indiana regularly.
I love that. Melissa, how is the health crisis out where you are in Montana? It's pretty crazy here in Indy. What's it like in that state?
It was pretty mild early on because we have a very small population in Montana. There's a lot fewer people, so it took a while for things to kind of escalate out here. But we've all been home a lot. The nice thing is it's a big, wide open, beautiful state. So we're able to, stay a safe distance from people and get outside and move our bodies, which has been really important for us. But yeah, we're still much more isolated than what we're used to. And we haven't been able to travel back to Indiana as we usually would have over the summer.
Oh, of course, that makes total sense. Do you have any advice for anybody who's, working through this pandemic?
We've really tried to move our bodies in any way just to kind of stay healthy and keep our spirits up. That's been important. We've been doing a lot more quiet activities, which some days is wonderful and some days can be a bit of a challenge, but we've been trying to read, and my daughter loves to play Uno. So we've been playing lots of long games of Uno. And we also have several pets. In fact, we got a puppy. So we have an older dog and a puppy and a guinea pig, and we've been spending lots of time with our pets, and that helps.
Oh, I love that. Well, this is the time in the interview where I always ask my authors to share something. What are you going to share with us today?
I'm going to share our smallest pet because that's the easiest pet to wrangle. And he's been waiting patiently right on my desk. And this is Nugget the guinea pig.
Oh my gosh, Nugget is so cute. Hi, Nugget. How are you, little honey? Oh, what a sweet little baby. Oh, Nugget's probably not a baby, though. How old is Nugget?
Nugget is actually 4 years old, which is pretty senior for a guinea pig. He's just a good little lap cuddler. Guinea pigs
Oh,
don't really run away or run around too much, so it kind of instantly lifts our mood whenever, and he likes to perch on my shoulder.
oh, look at
Uh,
him. Oh, he's
he,
so sweet.
he really likes parsley. He's an 8-year-old parsley. But he lifts our spirits when we pick him up and take him out and give him a little lap time and get some little guinea pig snuggles. So
Oh, Melissa, well, he's lifted my spirits. What a sweet little guy. Now, I do want to mention I haven't read your book, but I know that it's a memoir, like you said, and I know that it's kind of serious, isn't it? Sort of a serious story.
yeah, it's a serious story, definitely. It's about myself and my sibling and us growing up together, and it's a very heartfelt story.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for writing it, and thank you so much for sharing yourself with Indiana and all the other states. And I really appreciate the interview. And I hope you and Nugget have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. I hope you do too.
This is your favorite Hoosier Toucan encouraging you to read local. So long.